Porsha's self-titled album was another R&B album with an urban edge. Her singing leaves much to be desired to the ears. Included on this album is the soulful song Nothing Stays the Same and Someday. Her album is similar to the songs sung by Tammy Terrell, Aretha Franklin, and Marvin Gaye. Here is how Porsha's self-titled album on No Limit Records came about. Porsha discovered a love for music at an early age performing in her community, at church. She often sung in the choir at her local church. She landed her first local record deal with Royal Records, which set the platform for her signing to No Limit Records in 1997. No Limit Records was dabbling into the R&B soul market after the success with Sons of Funk and Magic. They decided to have Porsha Carol Silas release an album since she was already singing hooks and choruses for other artists on the label. The album was executive produced by Master P and others. She wasn't well known to the mainstream, but she was known as Porsha in her hometown. She was known in her hometown as the Porsha, a nickname given to her by her coach Master P. She was slated to be the first true R&B singer on the label. She was slated to be the first true R&B soul singer on the record label under the stage name of Porsha. However, this did not happen. Porsha's self-titled album was another No Limit album that never was. Her self-titled album that was supposed to be released on No Limit Records on the date of July 20, 1999, never got released. This was because other albums from other No Limit artists were being pushed and promoted. Her debut album was simply just not a top priority for the label. Sadly, No Limit dropped the ball by not dropping this album. Master P should have expanded his No Limit R&B soul roster as they had so much talent. Honestly, Porsha should have dropped an album by now. Unsurprisingly, a lot of No Limit albums that were advertised didn't come out during that time for whatever the reasons were. A lot of these covers were designed before the albums were even recorded. Master P was putting out albums like an assembly line. Porsha's self-titled album was one of those albums that was constantly advertised in No Limit albums throughout 1997-1999. Her album was no longer a priority as No Limit stopped advertising her album in No Limit albums by 2000 despite being the main female vocalist on almost every No Limit album from 1997 to 2000. However, there are some people out there who claim the album dropped and was sold underground on the down low without any barcode. The album was sold as an underground album and a limited run with limited pressings, as not many quantities were pressed up. The soulful song Nothing Stays the Same features production and sultry vocals from label mate Adele. Both of them had energy in their vocals. You know the saying, nothing stays the same on a lonely road? Nothing Stays the Same is a powerful song with a strong message. The song serves as a beautiful understanding about love. Some of you out there can relate to this song if you have ever been in love. Some of you might remember that Nothing Stays the Same came from the platinum 1999 soundtrack Foolish and the 1999 soundtrack Hot Boys. That song was used in both of No Limit's films, which were Hot Boys and Foolish. Now some of you may remember this song which played at the end of the Hot Boys movie when Cool was reminiscing about the memories of his girlfriend, Lashana, whom he'd lost. The song was used in the No Limit Films movie called Hot Boys as well, in several scenes. Nothing Stays the Same was one of the most played music videos of 1999 on BET and was advertised in the Billboard magazine. This song was one of No Limit's greatest R&B soul hits. Some of you out there may remember Nothing Stays the Same came from the 1999 soundtrack called Foolish. It's foolish to hide the pain because nothing can shield from the rain. We all know nothing stays the same, so stop holding it in, don't play no games. Every time Odell closes his eyes, he starts to fantasize and starts fantasizing about Porsha and him being all alone. All of their hesitation gone. Odell loses control more each day. These feelings just won't go away. He'll give Porsha what she needs: love, touches, and ecstasy. He can't go another day like this because it's foolish. Every time Odell closes his eyes, he starts fantasizing about Porsha and him being all alone. Both Porsha and Adele realize it's foolish to hide the pain. They know nothing stays the same. Their pain cannot be hidden. Porsha wonders why she should hold her feelings aside. It's hard for her to realize that. She has to stop wasting time if she wants to make Adele all hers indefinitely to a new level of fidelity. It's hard to look at him in the eyes. Porsha cannot hide her feelings. She had felt a sense of chemistry when they first met. Someday is a sad, heartbreaking breakup song. Someday is a sad, heartbreaking breakup song. Porsha sings about how someday she will break up from her current relationship with her lover. Someday she will take her love back. This is because her lover does not know how to treat her. She will take her love back. She tried to save their shared love. However, he acted like he didn't care. She asks herself every day. All they do is fuss and fight. She was his only friend who stuck beside him through thick and thin. Now, someday Porsha will be gone. Then he will realize how she tried to save the love they both shared. However, he acted like he didn't care. She asks herself why she stays every day. Every day she asks herself this. All they do is argue, fuss, and fight. Someday Porsha will fly away because her current lover does not know how to treat her. She will travel to a faraway place to reclaim her dignity that was stolen from her. Her dignity was stolen from him. Her dignity was stolen by him. Someday is a song which was produced by Kino and had featured Kino. The song uses calming 90s R&B soul style of instrumentation in the production. Kino was a genius producer due to his style of production and his production style.